Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Harrison's Garage. I'm Harrison, and today I've got a short little video for you on how to fix the air suspension control module warning light if you do anything sort of aftermarket to your factory Ram truck. And this will be for any Ram HD, or really any Ram for that matter, that came with the air suspension that you've either gotten rid of or modified. So I'll flip you around and we'll get started. All right, as you can tell, I've got quite a lift on this guy, and when they put this lift on this truck, which came factory with the Ram airbags assist, so I had the leaf springs and the airbags, had sensors here to sense the ride height. Of course, with that lift, that all got ripped out here with the Kelderman system, and ever since then I've been driving around for the last year with a little warning lamp that shows up that says service air suspension every time you start the vehicle, and then a little yellow symbol of the truck warning lamp just constantly on. It wasn't a huge distraction, but it did annoy me a little bit. So in this video, we're going to walk through what you need to do to get rid of it. So first thing you'll need is a Alpha OBD subscription. It's really not that expensive in the grand scheme of things, considering what it allows you to do if you own any of the sort of the Chrysler, Ram, Dodge, Fiat, Jeep products. It's only like 50 bucks. You can get it on a laptop, you can get it on your phone, and you're going to need to get some sort of device to bypass a security gateway, the CAN bus. If you don't, and you just plug straight into the OBD, all you'll be able to do is read stuff from the OBD using Alpha OBD, but you won't be able to rewrite it. So I have this pulled back here just to allow you to be able to see in here. That green area there is the CAN bus. This is my OBD link, which I got from Coad Tech. I don't know if they still have them in stock. There are other suppliers for these. I should say the bypass cable that I got from Coad Tech. There are other suppliers for those now. This is just a link between OBD link and my USB. Anyway, this is the OBD. I just have a splitter here. This is the OBD signal. I have a bypass cable, so instead of plugging directly into the OBD with this guy, I plug it into the bypass cable. This runs straight up here into the very bottom right there. Sort of plug is just the one that's easiest to reach when you plug it in, and that will allow you to make any kind of changes to the system in here. So next thing, once we're all plugged in here, next thing we're going to do is hop up into the truck, get on the laptop, and make a few changes. Okay, the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure your ignition is set to run. Now, I've already done this procedure, so I'm just going to leave my truck sort of off like this because I don't need it on. But you're going to want to make sure your truck is set to run on the ignition. So that's, hit it once for accessory, and then once again for run. And then come over to Alpha OBD here. And the next thing you're going to want to do is connect to the body computer. So you're going to go ahead and choose the appropriate body computer for your truck year. This is a 23 for me, so you're going to want to connect to that. And I guess I can hook it up to run here. So go ahead and connect. It's going to attempt to connect here, and there we go, connected. And you can run over here to the active diagnostics section. Now this is the part that's not readily available online, is where to find the procedures to run. And you're going to want to go down to car config, and it's going to be car configuration change. So once you've got that set up, you can hit start, and it should pull up a list here. You just click on it again of different sequences that you can run. Now the first sequence is going to be, I have it written down over here, it's the PT chassis net ASCM suspension control module that you're going to need to disable. Now you're going to have to run this for all 5 of these guys, or I should say all 6 of these guys here. The first one is a very, very long list. If you don't want to try and scroll through the whole thing, you can go ahead and just type in P/T and it'll take you to it. Scroll down a little bit, and there you go. That is what you're going to have to run. You're just going to set this to not enabled. You're going to hit start. It will come up saying the current status of this system. It'll say enabled, and it'll say if you want to proceed changing it, just hit next. It'll take a few seconds, and then it will say procedure completed down here. You're going to again want to do that for the rest of these guys for vehicle config 7. So you don't have to, you know, disconnect everything and, you know, cycle the ignition after each one of these. You can do all 6 of these and then cycle the ignition. You're going to want to go over here to vehicle config. So vehicle config 1 is, or vehicle config 7. So we're going to come all the way down to 7 now. And we're going to look for the ASCM contained suspension procedure to run here. So I believe it's towards the top of the vehicle config 7 list. Here we go. ASCM has suspension. We're going to hit again no, and then we're going to hit start. It will tell you first what your current setting is. It'll say it's enabled, and you're going to say no, I don't want it enabled. Hit next, and it will remove it. Again, the whole part of doing this is to simply remove these features from your truck's body computer, so it no longer looks for these features when it starts up, and it will no longer generate the error codes. So the next thing you're going to run is the custom set menu, and that's going to be custom set menu 1. As you'll see, we want to get rid of the tire jack warning, so we're going to come on down to tire jack mode. Here we go, and you get the idea here. Set it to no, and hit start, then next. It'll say procedure completed. You're going to do the exact same thing for these other guys. They're all on this menu, and once you've done that, you can come back here, check your faults, see if there are any, hit read all faults, no faults reported. If you have any, hit clear, clear all faults, and then you can come back to the start menu and hit disconnect, and you're good to go. So once you've disconnected, you can come back over to the truck, and we'll just give it a quick startup. I've already cycled the ignition, remember, and you'll see I no longer have any warning light over here. I am going to have a gas light come on here in a second, but yeah, no warning light at all. And after a year plus of looking at that, that is really nice to see. So I couldn't be happier with that. It's very easy. I know online some people have been required to pull out a couple of fuses in the fuse box. I believe it's going to depend on your truck. Just pull out anything connected to your suspension that is not tied to your trailer brake controller. All right, that'll do it. As I mentioned, if you do still have that warning light, jump under the hood, pull out your fuse box, look for anything connected to your suspension control system, ASCM, pull those fuses out, see if that does the trick. For me, I didn't need to do that. I just had to delete it in the software and it was good to go. So if you enjoyed that video, found it helpful, for whatever reason, have any questions on this, feel free to put in the comments below, send me a DM on Instagram, and as always, stay tuned for more.